Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we are counting down the top 50 K-pop B-sides of 2023, highlighting some of the best hidden gems the industry had to offer. Hopefully this video will be interesting, and more importantly, I hope you discover some deep cuts because there are a lot of them. Just a heads up, most of this list is just upbeat rock or synth pop or a combination of the two, so if you happen to share my taste for those songs, then you are in luck. Like in the title track video, for copyright reasons, I won't be playing any audio, but there is a Spotify playlist available in the description if you want to listen along. Alright, this is the part where I rattle off some honorable mentions, 19 of them to be exact. One song per artist, here we go. So we've got Bobby, Cherry Blossom, Gravity, 9 O'Clock, Promise 9, What I Want, I've, Lips, Just Be, Drama, Key, Intoxicating, Kim Sung-kyu, Sometimes, Itaeon, Don't Be a Jerk, Red Velvet, Will I Ever See You Again, 17, Dust, Shiny, Sweet Misery, The Boys, Passion Fruit, The Wind, With Us, Treasure, I Want Your Love, Trends, Fantasy, Triple S, Colorful, You Kiss, Party Tonight, Zero Base One, New Kids on the Block, and finally I want to give a special shout out to Kepler's Together Forever. Technically this doesn't qualify for the list since it's a Japanese B-side, but it's simply too good not to mention. This is hands down one of their best songs, and if you need any convincing, just listen to the intro. Okay, now let's dig into this juicy top 50, starting with a cut from Zero Base One's latest EP, that'll be Kids Zone. ZB1 had many solid releases this year, incorporating a lot of genres that I like. There's drum and bass, there's synth pop, house, but for whatever reason, none of those songs really clicked with me. Out of a decent bunch of tracks, it was this little pop rock number that resonated the most with its curiously laid back but also rollicking energy, and it might just be their catchiest tune yet. Number 49 is Kwon B's Comet. Love to see her embracing the 2010s maximalist EDM. 48, 80s This World. When they make a synth-fueled B-side, it's almost always a W, and this is an awesome cinematic intro to their 2023 mini. While on the topic of dark electronic album openers, at number 47 we have Trends' Nightmare. This knocked my socks off when I heard it for the first time. The brooding theatricality reminded me of none other than ATEEZ, and that should come as no surprise considering Lee's had a hand in the composition. 46, The Wind, Do It. The G-Friend vibes are strong with this one, both vocally and production-wise. Super enjoyable, saccharine, melodic fluff. 45, Enhypen, Sacrifice. On first listen, the ominous synths were immediately etched into my brain. The song hinges on a lurching rhythm, which I've expressed my distaste for in the past, but they fit the style like a glove. If anyone's gonna pull off a song like this, it's them. Or TXT. 44 is Kill Shot by ITZY, a spiritual successor to LE SSERAFIM's The Great Mermaid, specifically the disgusting instrumental. Most of the delivery is a bit too aloof and bratty for my liking, but on a track like this, the beat does the talking. And boy, does it yammer. The synths just go absolutely ape at the end. It is crazy. Coming in at number 43, it's Chu with Aliens, doubling down on the synthwave aesthetic of Howl. I'm sure not many people expected her to go down this route, but she suits the style surprisingly well, and this track was a delightful listen. 42, Woods, Drowning, basically a grungy showcase of his phenomenal vocals. The guy is just belting his heart out. 41 is TAN's Violet. It's got everything, a chugging bass line, an addictive refrain, strong vocals, rap verses delivered with the utmost swagger. Very well done. Number 40 is aespa's YOLO, a revitalizing house track. 39, Dreamcatcher Rising. Simple, straightforward melodic rock. It's what they do best. 38, Teen Top Next You, whatever that means. This is a more than competent sidekick to the jaunty and ebullient Huik. I'll definitely be bumping this come summertime, which in Australia is right now. At number 37, we have IVE's Payback, which was recently given a surprisingly fitting Christmas-themed music video. Personally, I never made that connection, but it all made sense once I took a closer listen to the vaguely sleigh bell sounding patch that opens the track. I overlooked this song heavily when it first came out, probably because I was still jaded from the catastrophe that was Batty, but I admire Payback's head-nodding energy, the airy vocals, and of course, the synth. 36, Twice Got the Thrills. Here's the obligatory Twice entry. These ladies are far too good to miss out on a best of list. What else is there to say? They have arguably perfected this sound. 35, it's Kwon B again with Beautiful Night, which sees her take a break from the dance floor to deliver a high-octane anthemic rocker. 34, it's Woods again with Busted. Truly speaks to the strength and consistency of his latest mini. This one takes on a more abrasive edge with some razor-sharp hooks. Woods attacks his lines with unbridled ferocity. You can feel every ounce of grit in his voice. 33 is Vanna's TBH. Back in August, they impressed with the funky lead single Performer, and this B-side explores similar sonic territory, establishing them as one to watch with its sleek and dynamic production, spotless performances, and explosive chorus. 32 is Nine Eyes Hurt. Drum and bass felt like quite the rage this year, and those distinct sounds are channeled beautifully in this gripping, hypnotic reverie. 31 is NCT 127's Angel Eyes. For me, the biggest issue surrounding a lot of NCT's flagship material in recent years is the frequent and frustrating underutilization or misuse of its vocalists. However, that problem is not present on this track at all. Harkening back to the good old days of 2019, maybe even 2016, Angel Eyes boasts a crisp, clean, chunky guitar and some lovely resonant vocals. That's what we like. We want to hear Do Jae-jung and Haechan going at it on the mic. Even the compulsory Taeyong Mark rap verse doesn't feel phoned in either. This is great stuff from 127. Number 30, I've Mine. This grew on me a lot. It's one of the more unassuming tracks on I've, but it slowly snuck up on me with its entrancing and gorgeous melody, understated but compelling production, and deceptively simple yet captivating hooks. Number 29, Promise 9, Don't Care, a vivacious and effervescent piece of dance pop from the octet. 28, Key, Live Without You. This was my favorite song on Good and Great besides the title track. I love the pensive atmosphere created by the reverberating guitar riff and the melancholic melody. At 27, we have Taeyang Nightfall featuring Brian Chase. I wasn't too chuffed with most of Taeyang's new EP, but there was one song that stood out to me, and of course it's this little pulsating synthwave banger that bookends the record, making for a proper exhibition of his killing voice, adorned by various celestial flourishes. 26 is Gravity's Baddie, the better one released by Starship Entertainment. The guys went from poppy to grungy, and the result is amazing. Number 25, B.I., The Island of Misfit Toys. Great title for an even better road trip song. The nimble guitar and piercing synths create the ideal soundtrack for coasting down the highway. 24, Tempest, Dive. Should have been titled Drive instead, because this track is hella driven. It's very uplifting and cathartic, the stabs of synth in the chorus, heavenly. Just like the intro to TAN's New Days, which comes in at number 23. I'll always be a sucker for a bright and youthful rock anthem, and TAN does an outstanding job here. It's buoyant to a fault. You can practically hear the song smiling back at you, like sunshine in a bottle. Number 22 is New Look by Triple S. The crystalline synth in the intro instantly magnetized me. I saved the song in 2 shakes. The melody in the verses is a bit too sing-talky for my taste, but the girls' hazy tones are put to good use in the ascending chorus. Number 21 is ATEEZ's Silver Light. No matter how disagreeable I sometimes find their title tracks to be, there's always at least one great B-side to look forward to. I'm a simple man, drizzle a little synth on there and I'll eat it up. Silver Light initially sounds like the backdrop to some futuristic video game level. The overall vibe is incredibly immersive, even if the verses themselves are mostly inconsequential. Thankfully, the track gives way to a majestic and grandiose centerpiece, as the trickling electronics and radiant vocals remind us of what ATEEZ is capable of at their very best. 20, So Me The Way. I heard this only very recently, but it enamored me right away with the bubbly, underwater synth. It's super bouncy, the flow is immaculate, Somi's performance is great as well. I just wish the chorus was a little stronger and that we'd get an extended mix, because that melody is too good to be cut short. However, the instrumental outro is simply divine. This might just be my favorite release from her. Number 19, La Seraphim No Return. Probably the best thing they've put out all year. It's a pinwheel of sprightly pop hooks exuding positivity with every line. Number 18 is Ensign's Melody. I was a fan of this group's pre-debut material, however I was less stoked by their official inaugural single, Wormhole's new track, which for lack of a better term was a mess. Fortunately, we have this robust B-side from Birth of Cosmo. Look, when your song is literally called Melody and is produced by Sweet Tune, it's a guaranteed hit. The tune sounds almost Christmassy, emanating an unlikely warmth supported by the mellow bed of synth. I can safely say that this is their best song, although the pre-release Higher also deserves credit. Number 17 is Nine Eyes Power Up, a bona fide party hype track and the most boisterous moment on their fantastic mini-album. Number 16, On and Off Arrival. They just couldn't resist giving us a bloody banger. It plays a bit like a watered down version of ATEEZ's Cyberpunk, which was ranked number 3 on last year's countdown. Arrival draws from the splendid sci-fi sheen of 2021's The Realist, another banger, to deliver a streamlined, synth-laced superlative. Number 15 is the smoothest K-pop song of 2023. That'll be Natty's Sugarcoat, the crown jewel on Kiss of Life's super solid debut EP. I've never been one to cite streaming numbers as an indication of quality, because they're not, but here, the stats don't lie. The hooks are simple but incredibly effective, with Natty's magnificent vocal performance leading the way at every turn, laying down the most satisfying R&B groove. Number 14 goes to Ren's Autofill. There are a few things I love more than a propulsive rock track with an earworm chorus, and this song is indeed a propulsive rock track with an earworm chorus. In a world obsessed with halftime segments, it's truly refreshing to hear a tune with such unrelentingly persistent energy that barely even takes a second to breathe. Number 13 is SHINee's Identity. It's about time they showed up. To quote myself, nothing beats a propulsive dance track with a full-throated melody at its core. It was just so comforting to hear their impeccable vocal blend paired with an honest-to-goodness chorus, as it rains down on you in all of its electro-pop glory. The number 12 spot belongs to SHINee as well. Like It is slightly better than Identity, unfolding its lush instrumental in a way that evokes the unbeatable view, slowly amping up the tension before hitting us with a zinger of a hook. It does not miss a beat, acting as another resoundingly successful SHINee spin on tropical EDM. Number 11 is IVE's Blue Blood, a commanding and seductive force of nature. I could not imagine a better song to open their first album than this. It sets the scene with its stirring production. Every element is masterfully integrated, from the menacing synths to the stomping percussion. Can't forget the strings in the post-chorus and the galvanizing dance break that doesn't feel out of place, but instead adds to the already palpable tension. Okay, coming in at number 10 is Lucy with So What. It's been a while since they've put out a song that really blew me away, but the wait is over because this is a total whiz-bang. The chorus is absolutely euphoric, one of the biggest and brightest hooks I've had the pleasure of listening to this year. The beat hits like a ton of bricks, and the extended runtime provides room for us to taste every bit of the track's multi-instrumental pomp, including the sweet violin, a unique touch that sets them apart from other idol bands. So What just feels like a full musical meal, making it a fitting grand finale to their fourth mini-album. Number 9 is Attitude by Fromis_9. Yes, that placement is completely coincidental. This was the year of brilliant girl group album intros, and following in the footsteps of Blue Blood, we got this riveting cinematic opener for Fromis' first LP. When I first heard it, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was this good. The production is top-notch, forging a borderline claustrophobic atmosphere that swells with a flurry of ghostly and glazing electronic textures. The melody is cool and distant. Even in the chorus, that delivery is sort of robotic and emotionless. This is a sensational sonic sequel to last year's Rewind, and one of Fromis' best B-sides to date. Incredibly well done. Number 8 is IVE's Not Your Girl. This is the last IVE song, I promise. A jubilant, poolside energy booster. They really should have saved this for the summer, although the premature release date did not dull its impact one bit. One of the X factors that made I Am so great was the harnessing of IVE's exquisite vocal blend, and that entity makes a triumphant return in the chorus of Not Your Girl, and it just sounds wonderful. In the words of a certain reviewer, Sister would be proud. Number 7, Dreamcatcher, We Are Young. It wouldn't be a B-side list without Dreamcatcher somewhere in the top 10. While favoritism was certainly involved in this high placement, the song is not without merit. Sure, the chorus is just a straight beat drop, but there is nothing half-hearted about it. It is a stirring centerpiece through and through. The girls also didn't skimp on delivering killer vocals to match the supercharged dynamism. Xion, Tami, and Sua absolutely tore it up in that final lick. If ever there was a song that knows how to go out on a high, this is it. Number 6 is The Wind's Serious, a song buoyed largely by the strength of its chorus, which is genuinely one of the best choruses I've ever heard. What initially presents itself as an inconspicuous mid-tempo suddenly barrels into the year's most fervent refrain, as it soars above the clouds with bounding energy, truly making you feel like you can fly. The melody is flawless, the vocals superb. Throw a blazing guitar into the mix and you have yourself an ultimate climax for the ages. Number 5 is Autopilot by Purple Kiss, which is a melodic synthwave track. Requires no further elaboration. Look, my bias for this genre of music is undying, as if I haven't made that abundantly clear in this video. It's reminiscent of Dreamcatcher's Starlight in many respects, including of course its electronic influences and pristine tunefulness, but also the unexpected transition into a subdued outro. Let's hope this isn't the last time they tap into such a prowess. Number 4 It's Kepler's Back to the City, baby. This is without a doubt the best thing they've put their name to. Even if you detest the retro trend in K-pop, even if you hate it with a passion, which I don't know why you would, you've got to admit this is a good song. It's their most mellifluous track on record, tirelessly buoyant and nostalgic, yet it never crosses the line into cloying. Amazing vocals across the board as well. There's perhaps no better place where I'd like to hear them properly sing than on this beaming love letter to 80s synth pop. Number 3 is Gravity's Fly. It just kept on getting better and better. It repeatedly rose in the rankings and now it's found a spot in the top 3. This is one of the catchiest, most hyperactive, most incessantly rambunctious and rollicking songs I've heard. It possesses the single most effective collection of hooks penned this year, sporting an endless barrage of incredibly addictive melodies. And of course, that stunning talk box is the cherry on top. Number 2, The Boys' Fire Eyes, a marvelous marriage of summer and synthwave presented in the most propulsive package possible. I am really feeling the alliteration today. I grumble a lot about songs carelessly and inexplicably shifting dynamics, so when I hear a track that literally does not take its foot off the accelerator even for a moment, I am floored. Every bit of that instrumental is ecstasy to my ears, bursting at the seams with bubbly blessedness, reaching a fever pitch in the outro, but just when you think it's over, they bring the chorus back one last time to send us off. This is pure bliss. Finally, the number 1 B-side of 2023. This might be surprising, but my pick goes to the Korean version of Firework by mttm, which is technically K-pop and technically a B-side. I just knew somehow I had to work it in and give it number 1 because this track is nothing short of sublime. I don't know, am I being over dramatic when I say that this is the best synth riff I have ever heard? Like, God himself conceived those notes. I can literally envision my life flashing before my eyes as the sparks fly. The verses surge forward at breakneck pace, dashing through the night with unstoppable momentum. True to its name, Fireworks' chorus is a spectacular pyrotechnics display, lighting up the sky with a dazzling array of multicolored explosives, setting the darkness ablaze in a vibrant, polychromatic supernova. The bridge can be better described as a bifrost, as a procession of power notes leads us all the way into the heavens. Yes, it's not perfect, there are problems, the vocal processing is suboptimal to say the least, and I wish they didn't continuously slam the metaphorical breaks in the pre-chorus, but the song's sheer brilliance alone more than makes up for these shortcomings, and that is brilliance in every sense of the word. They didn't just knock it out of the park, they launched it beyond the galaxy. And that is why Firework Korean version is the best B-side of 2023. And that will do it for my list of the top 50 K-pop B-sides of 2023. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.